Once upon a time in the grand kingdom of Varendra, there lived a wise and just king named Arin. His people loved him, for he ruled with fairness and compassion. Yet even in his prosperous land, there were whispers of a thief, a man so clever that not even the royal guards could catch him. This thief was called Ravi, and he was no ordinary criminal. He never harmed anyone, never stole from the poor, and was known to leave behind a single silver coin wherever he struck, as if mocking the king's treasury. King Arin was fascinated rather than furious. "A man who can outsmart my guards deserves to stand before me," he said. So he made a proclamation. "If the thief who leaves a silver coin can steal from my palace, I will pardon him and give him a place by my side." The challenge spread like wildfire. Everyone laughed. Who could steal from the king himself? The palace was guarded day and night, the gates locked, the treasures sealed. But Ravi, ever the curious spirit, took it as a game. For nights he studied the palace. He watched the guards' routines, the cook's deliveries, the light of the moon as it fell through the windows of the treasury. One evening, disguised as a humble servant, he slipped through the gates carrying a basket of fruit meant for the royal kitchen. The guards barely noticed him. He moved like a shadow. Inside, he waited until night fell completely. Then, silent as wind, he crept into the treasury, not to take gold or jewels, but to leave something behind. The next morning, the king's servant screamed. Inside the royal crown, instead of the large ruby that sat at its center, was now a silver coin. The thief had done it. The kingdom was in shock. The guards doubled their watch, but the king only smiled. "Bring me the thief," he said, "for he has earned my respect." But no one could find Ravi. He came forward himself the next day, walking through the palace gates as if he were an invited guest. "I am Ravi," he said, bowing low. "I took nothing from you, my king. Only replaced your ruby with a coin to prove that treasure is not always what it seems." King Arin looked into the thief's eyes, sharp, clever, fearless. "Why do you steal?" he asked. Ravi replied, "I steal from the greedy, from those who take from others. I give back what they never deserved. I steal, not for wealth, but to remind the proud that gold is not power." The court gasped, but the king nodded slowly. "You are bold," he said, "and perhaps wiser than many who serve me. Tell me, if I were to spare you, what would you do?" Ravi smiled. "I would serve you, Majesty, not as a thief, but as the man who sees the cracks where others see only walls." And so, the king pardoned him. Ravi became the royal advisor in disguise. His job was to test the honesty of nobles, merchants, and guards. With time, the kingdom became purer, its people more mindful, its riches shared more fairly. Years later, when the king was old and dying, he said to Ravi, "You taught me that even the wisest ruler needs someone to question him." Ravi bowed deeply. "And you taught me that even a thief can become an honest man when trusted." When the king passed, the people mourned, not only their ruler but also his unlikely friend, the thief who once stole from the crown but gave the kingdom its conscience.